Welcome to YourHomeLifeRadio.com. This is the GF Joe Radio Show, and I am your host, GF Joe, the only show that is entirely gluten-free. Every Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. Hey, welcome to the GF Joe Radio Show on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. Today's a big day for me and Daryl Kraft here on the GF Joe Radio Show. In a few minutes, we'll be having the very famous Jen Scher call in and talk to us. She's the Olympic winner.
Woohoo!
Daryl, give me some stats on Jen Scher, please. Hurry up.
2012 London Olympian champion in the pole vault, Jen Scher. Many-time Olympian, many-time world champion, United States world record holder, not world record holder, close, but quite an athlete, quite a success story, and she's gluten-free.
Yes, I like that part.
So we're excited, very excited to have her on the show. I've got all kinds of articles from Track and Field News I'm going to delve into if we have time, but I know we're here more for...
Also, on the second half of the show, we're going to have a young Dominic Cura call in and talk about a little recipe of the day for a gluten-free diet.
I love that guy.
So,
I've listened to him
a couple times on your show. He's calling in from Seattle.
Cool.
And
all right.
We're going to try to fix my headphones here. And my engineer...
Technical difficulties. So
is coming in. He's live on the air right now.
We'll roll with it. It's all good. Very excited to have her on the show. Very excited.
Terrific. You like my new banner, Daryl?
Oh, yes.
Look at
I do like that.
You like the muscles?
Wow. Yeah, almost as big as my muscles. Not quite. No. Awesome.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
So the GF Joe Radio Show, what is it about? It's about being gluten-free all the time because there's only two people in the world that are gluten-free. One is celiac people. People have celiac disease, and those people have an allergy to gluten. What is gluten? Gluten is a protein found in wheat, barley, rye, oats, maybe some corn, maybe some rice. So we're still working that out, but I still stay away from those wheats and barley, rice, and oats.
Okay.
So that is gluten.
Right. Very good.
Ready to roll, Nolan?
I
can hear me. You can turn me up then a little bit.
Our engineer is here.
Our engineer is turning me.
With
wow, that's terrific. Yes.
Last minute magic.
Yes.
That he does.
Now he's gonna hit
Thank you, Nolan.
He's eating my biscotti cookies.
Oh, I want one.
They're out. You can't grab it.
Okay.
Hey, take that thing. Get it off my desk.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh,
look at that. We're going live on air. We got a commercial break. What the heck?
Holy smoke.
Forget that.
Wait, we got to get this down. Remember our...
Let's go. Jen Scher, 2012 Olympic pole vaulting champion.
Pole vault champion, yes.
She beat her arch nemesis. What was her name?
Yelena Isinbayeva.
Wow.
I practiced
that.
Who had beaten her prior to that 14 consecutive times.
Are you serious?
And she beat her at London.
Jen was probably thrilled.
Yeah, I'm sure.
More than that is the understatement. Oh man.
The emotion, I saw the Olympics. I'm an Olympic nut. So I saw that, and just to see Jen and her husband celebrating after the win was it was cool. It was cool.
Terrific. I would like to thank her agency. I got to mention.
Rich
Global Athletics
Tina.
and marketing out of Boston or somewhere over there. I forgot. But anyway, thank you for them for doing the behind-the-scenes work to getting Jen on this radio show.
Can I mention her agent by name or no? Is that off limits? I like that guy. Moving on. No.
Well,
he's hesitating. That means no. Thank you, her agent. You know who you are.
Yeah.
I was a fan of his as well, also. I'm a track and field guy.
We could say, yeah. Anyway, so. I'm excited. So
very cool.
I had a press release out. It went national. It was picked up by Yahoo Financial. It was picked up by Google Business News. And the marketing company, press company said, hey, you had like 3,500 page views. I was like, what? Holy smoke. That's impressive for this little small new radio show that I'm trying to get going here. And by the way, if anybody knows, to my right is a great athletic my co-host Daryl Kraft. He's a track and fielder, and what did you do? You you taught track and field, right?
I was a track and field coach in California for about 8 or 9 years. I competed in track and field in high school, a little bit in college. Triathlons, 10Ks, 5Ks, out the yin yang, all
Terrific.
that stuff. So that was my thing, my passion for years and years. It still is. I just don't run as much. But anytime we have an athlete like this who's an elite, high-level Olympian, and she's talking about her experiences, that's just quite a thrill.
All right, I believe Jen is about to come on the air. Jen, how are you doing today?
Yes. Good. How are you?
Thank you so much for coming on my show.
Hi, Jen. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
It's quite a thrill
Thank you for having me.
It's a thrill to talk to you.
Thank you.
I know you're busy, and we'll try to make this really fast. And just tell me briefly, how did you come about being you were found out about being celiac?
It was really kind of a long process of it. It was, I was training and everything was going as it should be, and I was making huge progress in just all my lifting and my speed and everything. And then all of a sudden, it all really kind of started to slide downhill. And I got tired faster. I was dropping weight huge. My stomach always hurt. I was cramping in my legs, and probably that was the biggest thing, was the twitching that I was feeling in my legs just nonstop, and just the cramping. And then, I couldn't get through workouts. The next thing I know, I couldn't even train anymore. So that's really when we started to look into it and, really see some medical advice for it.
Wow.
Did you have like many doctors, or did one doctor get it all on the first try?
It was mainly one doctor, and, it was pretty much a series of blood tests at first to see, what I was deficient in or what it could be, and that was a lot. And then, with an athlete, you're always thinking electrolytes, something's imbalanced there, that's what's causing it. So, there's probably a lot of different scenarios that were taken in different roads and adjustments, and it was stuff from drinking tons of tonic water to Pedialyte, anything to try to get the electrolytes up. But then, they found out it wasn't that, and that's really when they started to look into the celiac.
That's quite an experience. Jen, Daryl Kraft here with a co-host. I was a former track and field coach. Great fan of yours. Can you talk about how is there a component to, I know in the 2000 World Championships you didn't do as well. Do you attribute things like that to the celiac diagnosis, to the problem that you were having? That was prior to your diagnosis, correct?
Yes. Definitely. It was, just not knowing what it was, and, the fatigue factor was probably the main thing, just not being able to train and, not being able to, compete like I wanted to, and always feeling tired. And, it was really a change in my diet. Was what I thought was perfect at the time. Like, okay, I'm not doing anything wrong there. Can't do this. We backed off on a lot of the hard parts of training and focused on the light stuff. And even then, it was still hard to get through. So, I definitely attribute it to that.
Wow. I got a quick question about as my gluten-free lifestyle, does your husband, does he also eat gluten-free?
Good question.
Yeah, now that I'm the grocery shopper of the house, he doesn't have a choice. So, yeah, he does eat gluten-free. And, he was kind of making fun of me about these crackers I was buying. And now he's like, did you get those crackers? So he's definitely developed a taste for it. And, he's adjusted. So, yeah, he really does leave a gluten-free lifestyle just because, he doesn't have much of a choice now.
That's cool.
That's right. Terrific.
What's his reaction to it? What has he been saying to his diet?
Yeah, I think, he likes it, honestly, and it's almost if he doesn't even know it's gluten-free, it tastes better to him. So, when he thinks it's gluten-free, he's like, oh, it's a little bland, but then when he doesn't know, so he can't really tell the difference. But, so he's definitely, I get a lot of things sent in the mail from, different products and that, bars and, different dietary things, cupcakes or stuff they'll send me that are gluten-free, and he ends up eating just as much. So he definitely enjoys.
I know he was a collegiate athlete. I'm sorry, I'm taking too many questions here.
What?
But does he still compete?
He doesn't compete anymore. He was a great high school wrestler, and he decided that in college he wanted to play football and he wanted to pole vault, and so that's really what he did. But he was a great wrestler, and I try to get him competing now. I try to challenge him to pole vault once in a while, but he won't take me up on it.
I don't blame him.
Come on, I'll take that challenge. Go up.
I know. That's what I told him. I was like, so I have to make some kind of deal with him to get him back on the runway. But he says every time he gets on the runway, he ends up in some kind of surgery, so he tries to stay away from it.
Jen, I got to ask you a serious question. How did you feel when you were diagnosed with that?
At first you're not really understanding exactly what it is. Like, I was pretty naive to what exactly had wheat in it, and I wasn't sure. And kind of probably what I was thinking, more along the lines, just always taught, it's, you want multi-grain, stay away from white bread. So that's what I was thinking. It was, it must just be anything, that's wheat, so white bread's probably okay. But no, it's basically everything made with flour. I didn't really understand that. And so I think when I started to research it more, and they taught me like what you have to look at, what you can't eat, then it started becoming overwhelming. And it really was, a factor of what am I going to eat? Like, how am I going to change this? This is just too much. And that's really what I feel like when I talk to people that have it or just found out, they're overwhelmed by it because you just don't know what to do and where to go, and everything that you're used to eating you can't eat anymore. Yep. And so it really is a lifestyle change.
Not only that, in my personal life, I'm sure this might, but your family and friends kind of help you out. They're like, all right, if we're going to invite Joe over or Jen over, we better have something. Is that how it happens in your family too?
It's exactly right. Our families, my side and Rick's side have been, so cognitive about that. And, when they prepare something and we go over, they make sure, this doesn't have anything gluten in it. You're okay to eat this. Watch out for that. And they do. They bring crackers or, different things that are gluten-free. And, especially now, it's very nice just to go there, and it really is a support system.
That's cool that they've rallied around you with that, and that's nice.
Jen, I miss, I'm Italian, so I miss my pizza and pasta. What do you miss the most? Which foods that if you went back?
The pizza, Rochester is good because there's a lot of places out here that, there's restaurants dedicated just to gluten-free. Anything on the menu you can order gluten-free. Wow. And, and they deliver gluten-free pizza.
Oh,
so really, there's a lot of options out here. And, probably what I miss the most is really anything in the dessert sweet section. Cake, cupcakes.
I'm your man then. Yep, I'm your man. I'll send you some cupcakes from my bakery or biscotti.
He makes gluten-free
that's
sweet.
probably what I miss the most. But, it's honestly in this area, there's great stores that offer, a lot of gluten-free sections. What I have an issue with is really traveling. And, we travel a lot into other countries. And a lot of the food, is prepared with breading or something on it or the sauces. So, I think when I travel, that's really when it gets to be a little bit hard. And, after about 2-3 weeks over there, I really start to suffer and things start to go downhill. And we have to get back home and get balanced again.
Because you don't know gluten is in everything and you can't completely eliminate it correctly when you're traveling?
Yeah, I can't really read Italian all that well, so it's hard to read the ingredients on that. But we try our best. And one time we actually went and we packed a luggage of food that we needed.
Oh wow!
And we got on the first plane. We got out of the U.S. okay, and then we were flying to another meet, and they said they tried to charge us $1,000 for this luggage of food, and it was like a duffel bag of food, nothing ridiculous. And they tried to charge us $1,000, and I was like, you know what, it's not worth that. You can have that. So I ended up just leaving the bag there.
Between that and bringing your poles everywhere, right? That's a problem on the airlines, right?
You have to bring your own poles?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Holy smokes.
Oh, yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
It's a hassle.
definitely. The poles they're a very big challenge, especially, a lot of the airlines don't take it. You have to take a 737 or more, and then a lot of the airlines don't really take poles. So you're kind of bouncing around from airport to airport. So we fly a lot from one place just to get to another place. Whereas, someone else could take a direct 2-hour flight. We end up having like a 7-hour trip.
Oh,
Wow.
gosh.
Wow.
Hey, Jen, is this your first time talking on air with your celiac issue?
Good question.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, wow.
It is.
Congratulations. Woohoo.
Thank you for choosing us.
What I'll do is I'll send your agent some goodies from my bakery, and he'll ship them to you. So
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Yeah, I think you love my products.
Very good.
Now,
Yeah, no, I like that.
I got to ask you some performance questions. How regarding the training? How often do you train for the Olympics?
You should ask her when
For
she
the
doesn't train.
Olympics, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
For the Olympics, it was, a lot of training. It was, days in where it would be 2 times a day, up to 4 hours each time. And,
Yeah.
it's the intensity of the workouts is really what gets you in the end. You can train a lot, but when it starts to become closer to the Olympics and you're training just for the Olympics, the intensity of the workouts and the mental and emotional strain of them is really, the end that really tires you out. The physical you can handle, but it's the mental and the emotional of it. And just every workout you have to make count. And every time you have a bad workout or something doesn't work right or you're a little more sore than you thought you should be,
Yeah.
that's when the stress starts adding up.
Okay.
Jen, when I was training for karate, I did a lot of visualizations. Do you do that too? Visualize before you get to the track or any of that?
Yeah, I do a lot of visualization.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, repeating in your head
Exactly
what you have to do. You can only pole vault so many times. It's an event where you have to, put out a certain output of energy, and once you start to get tired, you really can't execute the vault that well. So you learn how to do different things, and, Rick has really been coming up with different drills or sitting down watching video and imagery of it, or we go in the pool and we actually pool vault underwater because your body's weightless and it doesn't take any energy. So you can execute proper form in the proper positions without really taking the risk or outputting, all your energy on that. So, we've done a good job at creating the vault outside of the vault without actually being on the runway.
That's very cool. I read the story a little bit about it. Can you talk about when you got into, I know you were a collegiate basketball star, correct? How did you why pole vault?
Why pole vaulting?
Of all things.
I know. I was scared of pole vault. I thought it was something that, I was like, those people are crazy. I don't know who would ever want to swing their body up using a pole. It was something that, I wanted no part of, but actually he was really the one that approached me and talked me into it. And, he saw me playing basketball and he thought, I think, I can have her pole vault. And he's had a lot of good pole vaulters come through and high school national record holders. So, he was looking for someone really to go to the elite level. And, he's like, I think you can do it. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I've never done gymnastics. I've never even thought of pole vaulting. But really, it was an event that, he started me out slow, and I enjoyed it. Like, I absolutely fell in love with it. And I was obsessed with it. I wanted to get as good as I could, as fast as I could.
That's a very neat story. It's just like, he saw the potential there and he developed it.
Yeah, I think
So that's very cool.
I think
very neat.
Hey, Jim, before you hang up, my engineer wants to talk to you. Maybe if you can, I know you're busy. We're going to let you go in a few seconds. Can you do some plugins for my radio show? Like just say, hey, GF Joe is a great gluten-free. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely.
Jen, I appreciate you coming on for our radio show here on yourhomeliferadio.com and chatting with us. And I appreciate you opening up about your celiac. And
Absolutely.
We need people like you to get out there and do that.
This is quite a thrill.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's a great thing you guys have.
There's quite a list of athletes, well, not quite a list, but a growing list of athletes who, like yourself, have won major titles gluten-free. And they attribute that, like you do, to partially their gluten-free diet. Novak Djokovic,
Yep.
U.S. Tennis Open champ.
That snowboarder, that female snowboarder. I forgot her
Yes,
name.
I forget her name too. There's a swimmer, Olympian swimmer, Dana Vollmer. Same story.
But you know,
Okay.
but you know,
Yeah.
but
Very
you know who's my favorite right now? Is Jen. How do
Who?
you pronounce?
Jenser.
Thank you.
Thank you. I know you got to run, and before you hang up, Nolan's gonna grab you, and then tell your husband thank you for coming on. And we're gonna send you
thank
some
him
goodies.
too, Jen.
And
Okay, I will.
And when you get a chance, check out my gfjoe.com website. And
Okay, I definitely will.
Jen, thank you so much from my heart to yours.
Great talking to you, Jen.
All right. All right, thank you. It was nice
Thank
talking
you.
to you.
All right,
All right,
see
bye.
ya. Come back soon.
All right. Okay.
All right, bye.
Wow.
Woohoo!
That was great.
Did you
That was great. That was
Jen,
very cool.
I had to, I had to get her off because I know she had something at 6 o'clock, and
Okay.
her agent
You're on
texted
it.
me. Yeah, so I was on it, and that was terrific. I am so proud of everybody here at the studio.
Wow. That's very cool. That was just such a thrill. I'm sitting here, whoa, because I've met some elite track and field athletes over the years, and it just was always such a thrill to me as a track and field athlete myself to meet someone who excelled at that level. And plus, not to mention, of course, why we're here is because of the gluten-free diet.
Now you can mention
So
your guy, Rich Kenna. Tell me about the agent. Tell me about
I can read that in? Okay.
her agent is also a very successful Olympian, right? Didn't he? He was in the
Yes,
Olympic?
he was an
Yeah,
Olympian.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich Kena was a great middle distance runner, 800 meter, 1500 meter runner back in the 80s, I think. Quite an accomplished runner, gutsy, heartsy guy. If you're listening to this, Rich, I'm not kidding. I used to watch him and just at the end watch him pull ahead, just slowly gut it out. I love those kind of races.
Yeah, I just appreciate everybody being cooperative, and I appreciate Jen. How do you pronounce her last name? Is it Sure or Sir?
We should have asked her that. That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
question. I don't know.
I heard it on the TV. They pronounced it Sure. I'm like, what?
Okay.
So I was going with the TV people.
Well, her maiden name is no better. It's Stasinski. I got an article here on that. I don't know. Either one, we're
great
we're-
research. Yeah. So
anyway.
I didn't know that they had to take their own pole vault poles.
Yes, everyone. It's weighted for your weight and height. It's
Wow.
rated and it's very specific. You cannot just go to a meet and expect a pole to work. You will lose.
Maybe I should sponsor a track and field with her coming down here.
There you go.
And
There
teaching
should
us
be a
how to
meet.
pole
Bring her to
vault.
a meet down here. I can go watch her.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
Yeah, I'll do something in the future.
It's quite a. I mean, the diet I'm sure helped her. I don't know if we asked too much about it, but the diet I'm sure was about helping her. She had fewer injuries. Is really what it did for her. After that
Yeah.
diet change, she didn't have the injuries and she didn't have the pains, and so her training was better. So that's why she won. I know we didn't ask her that, and she didn't mention that per se, but it's in the research.
it's attributed definitely. It's
So.
trust me, when I got off of gluten free personally, I had more energy, less injuries, and stuff like that. But I was really happy to announce that or hear that my show is the first show that she talked about it live on air.
Yes.
Woo!
Wait.
And we got a little bell here and everything. So,
So, all right.
well, maybe she could use that and say, "Hey, on air," her next thing. But I know she's going to be on TV soon. They're going to be interviewing
Oh,
her
yeah.
left and right. She's back in the States, and they did something. So,
Yeah,
Jen,
that's-
thank you for being on
Thank
the
you,
show.
Jen.
I believe
Thank
we're going
you.
up for a break right now in 60 seconds.
Okay.
And then
the artist is
Simply Abigail. Hey,
Yes.
this is my award that I won.
Hey,
You were
cool.
supposed to, that's the award I won for the best overall in my channel. And
Okay.
this is the Pioneering Award certificate that I got, and thanks to Nolan.
Wow. Thanks to your home life radio. That's quite a.
And Nolan
Quite an
did
accomplishment.
Nolan Ray, my engineer and the owner of this company, he's a multi-mogul over here. He's
He's
was
on
very
it,
cooperative
yes.
in being my PR person. He's my contact. And
He's on the ball.
you
definitely
are
agree.
listening to the YourHomeLifeRadio.com channel, and this is the GF Joe Radio Show with Daryl Kraft as my guest co-host. Right?
Yes.
That's it. 5 seconds.
I'm letting it go. I'm relinquishing control. I was blown off course. Had my anchor on another boat. I'm going with the flow. Gonna sail with the wind. Where it goes, I don't know. But I'm letting you take me to the shore. I'm not afraid of you. Your attempts to be human do not impress me. You are a machine. You're a hole that I fell in, but I climbed out a new person. One day they'll stop pretending and may be in their graves. Either way, you'll have to face it. Motionless and empty, you're governed by commands. I don't believe you understand what love is. Threw me overboard, I'm buried in the sea. I'm swallowed by the whale, beginning my night sea journey. And I go, I don't need you, I don't need your hollow soul. Oh no.
Hey, welcome back to the GF Joe Radio Show on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. That was the artist Simply Abigail. Thank you for that song, Abigail.
Song.
And we have a caller on the GF Joe Show. And we just had Jen Sir on, the Olympic gold medal winner for pole vaulting. Hello. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm also a Olympic gold medal, actually silver medal winner of the original pole vaulting.
That's my brother Charlie. He's going to make it something funnier now.
Back in Wantagh, Long Island, with my friend Michael Dolan. We used to pole vault over my grandmother's clothing racks in the backyard, and the closest thing I got from a silver medal is when my mother whaled the pot from the macaroni dish and hit us in the head.
Very good, very good.
I still got that scar on my head.
Charlie, are you back home yet? Where are you?
I am in an undisclosed place, and nobody needs to know that, and that's all we need to say for that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we enjoyed your show. Let me get back to my traveling,
Thank you
and
for
I'm just going to reflect on my silver medal for my pole vaulting.
Yeah.
Talk to you later on.
Bye. Into that, Charlie.
See you later.
Thank you.
Okay, see you there.
All right.
That was terrific.
Great guy.
I have to cut out my ums. But anyway, Dominic Cura is going to be calling in about 6 o'clock, and he's going to have a recipe of the day. I'm always allowing him. There's a young author out of Seattle, Washington, and he's calling just straight from out of school there. And so there's a 3-hour time difference, and this is great. So he wrote a book called Eternally Gluten-Free.
Yes, I looked on Amazon at that book.
He contacted me one day, and I said, all right, I want you to be my recipe of the day guy. So
that's
hopefully
cool.
he'll be calling in and hey, Nolan, how many people were watching the show? Do you know?
10,365,000.
Wow,
nice.
10 million! Holy smoke!
As far as we know.
Now, can we sell advertising and actually start making money or something?
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. I want to double my appearance fee from $1 to $2. No.
I appreciate Daryl Kraft here, my co-host, doing a lot of research and coming straight from school and dropping his kid off and being here to help me do this very, very important show with me.
That's a thrill,
thank you,
brother.
Daryl.
My privilege, honestly. It was a great thrill, and it's a great show. And I think the people that are listening are really learning. I'm learning a lot. So people are learning about gluten-free lifestyle and the GF Joe radio show.
I like that. I like when you plug my own show, GF Joe radio show.
That's from the heart. It's not fake.
Thank you.
That's how I really,
That's
I really
terrific.
do enjoy this.
So Jen finally beat her arch nemesis, and it took 14 times.
14 consecutive losses to this girl.
Oh, man.
She finally beat her at London.
I know that.
When it really counted, that's what's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
In the Olympics.
London Olympics, exactly. Kicking butt at the Olympics.
Jen, she did have a silver medal. She did compete in the 2008 Beijing, and she got a silver there.
Oh, really?
So she's not the first-time Olympian, but to get the gold against this girl was quite a thing.
Oh, I'll be talking about this for the whole week at least, or month. Jen, oh man, thank you, Jen, again. And what else is coming on? What else did you have for me in your research here about Jen?
Well, the thing about the gluten-free, approximately 20% of the people, in the world are actually allergic to some level of gluten. The other 80, what about them? Well, her husband is among the 80. I'm among the 80 who don't have that. But can you improve your lifestyle? Can you improve your health? Can you reduce your injuries by going gluten-free or gluten light? I say yes, you can.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free. I have not been injured. I've been playing a high-level game called Ultimate Frisbee. A lot of cuts on the field.
Yeah.
I have not been injured. I've been playing like 4 months now. High-level game on turf with cleats.
Wow.
Used to have knee injuries. I have not been injured. So
Amen.
I'm just saying. I don't know if that's, I'm eating a lot of fish. I'm doing like a gluten-free thing. So anyway.
Oh, my gosh. This is the GF Joe radio show. All gluten-free all the time on yourhomeliferadio.com. And I believe we'll be having a caller soon. And we're getting, holy smoke, I have to do a bunch of mentions and plugins now. This is great.
Oh, this is the fun part.
Gluten-free, yes. She did identify with my family and friends that when I'm hanging out with my family friends, they're like, all right, everybody kind of, which is a loving thing. Everybody thinks about that one person who needs, his needs need to be met. And which is so cool when you have family like that.
Yes.
And they always ask, what is that? We're having a family gathering. We have a gluten-free dish for Joe. And we have, your meatless thing for Charlie. And then whatever for Emery and Ron.
Throw your sister under the bus, your loving sister. We love Emery. Emery's a great person.
Hey, where is my young author? He's supposed to be calling in. That's okay. We'll have somebody else then. Yeah. Oh man, this is thrilled. So
quite a thrill. We had some online questions that were coming in during the show. I don't know if we got to all those or not, but a lot of stuff came across the screen, and we appreciate all you listeners for being a part of it. I think it's a growing thing, just the gluten-free lifestyle and just health in general. Oh, we've got a call.
I think this is the call for welcome to the GF Joe radio show. Hello.
Hi.
Dominic.
Hi, this is Dominic.
Dominic.
Hey, Dominic.
Hey, how are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Did you listen to the show, or did you come straight from school, or what happened? What's going on?
Well, I came just from school, but I listened to your show just for like a few minutes.
Terrific.
Cool.
Terrific. Cool. All right. And what is our recipe of the day, Dominic? Who has a book, by the way, he wrote. It's called Eternally Gluten-Free, and it's on Amazon. Oops. I'm not supposed to say that word.
I checked it out on Amazon. Oh.
Dominic, go ahead. Start talking.
Okay. So today I have coconut macaroons.
Wow.
And they're not really gluten-free, but they're still tasty.
Okay.
And you can also find the recipe on my blog. And so, here. So you need 14 ounces shredded coconut, 3 egg whites, 3/4 cup vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/2 cup sugar. And then for the directions, you're going to preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to beat the salt and egg whites together until frothy and white. And combine the coconut, vanilla, and sugar, and mix until coconut is coated. Then fold in the coconut into the egg whites. With your hands and a small ice cream scoop, make small clumps of the coconut on the cookie sheet. Bake for about 15 minutes to 20, or until golden. makes me about 31 macaroons.
I think even I could do that. The non-cook over here.
You can do that.
I could do that. That's a great recipe, Dominic.
Hey, can you I didn't write it down, but can you like message me that on Facebook right now? Give me that recipe.
Sure.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Hey, Dominic, what's your blog again? Give me that website for your blog.
Yeah.
Go ahead and plug it in. I mean, say it on the
Great.
air.
So it's just eternallyglutenfree.com.
Oh,
Eternally.
that's pretty easy. Eternallyglutenfree.com. Sweet.
Yeah.
And we can
Okay.
buy your book through that website and your blog and read all your blogs, correct?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh
Cool.
man. What are we having for you next week? You want to call in next week?
Sure.
If you want, it's up to you. I don't want to get you in trouble with your parents.
It's okay. It's fun.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Does any of your classmates listen to the show or anything? Do you tell them?
No, but on my Facebook page for Eternally Gluten Free, I posted it already today.
Oh, okay. Terrific.
Yeah. Mhm.
Terrific. Did you get to listen to yourself while you're on the air?
Not yet.
Go back to the archives
Oh,
and
you got to go
listen.
to archives.
It's very
Yeah.
interesting to listen to yourself.
Dominic, thank you so much for calling in and giving me the recipe of the day. That was the macaroons, coconut coated, correct? What's the...
Yeah.
All righty.
Awesome.
That's
Thank you, Dominic. Quite
Dominic.
an accomplished author and neat recipes you're giving us.
He's a
Very,
young
very
author.
Cool. For 13 years old. Holy
13.
smoke. That's amazing.
He's calling from Seattle, Washington. That's 3-hour difference.
Yep.
So what time is it over there? It's 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And now it's playtime. He's gonna go outside.
I will say, Dominic, I have a 13-year-old myself, and at your age to be doing this is quite an impressive feat. And I think you're an inspiration to kids your age, high school kids, middle school kids, who may or may not be gluten-free, and are looking into that. So, good job, man.
Dominic, thank you for saying the recipe of the day on the GF Joe Radio Show on yourhomeliferadio.com. Dominic, I hope to see you next week. And this show is brought to you by www.mydwiclass.com, another company called argonsoftware.com.
Argon Software.
And you want to take the last one, Daryl?
Okay. Bestbusinessop.com.
Terrific.
Thank you, all the sponsors.
Thank you.
all of you.
mydwiclass.com, argonsoftware.com, and bestbuyop.com. Bestbusinessop.com.
Okay.
Man, when I'm excited, I go through really fast talking.
Okay.
We have a call on the GF Joe Radio Show. How can I help you?
Hello, it's me, Anne-Marie.
Oh, we just talked about you, Anne-Marie.
Yes, I know you did. I'm always watching and listening. I'm very proud of you both and Nolan. You all did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you,
we love
Anne-Marie.
our sister.
Joe tried to throw you under the bus, and I tried to stop that.
I know. I'm always thrown under the bus, but for some reason I'm still living.
That's what brothers do. I do that to my sister. No, but I love her too.
And
she's listening too. Lori, if you're listening, we love
really?
you too.
She is?
Yes, yes.
Oh, wow. And Jason?
And Jason. Lori, Jason, Layman's, we love you all.
Anne-Marie, how did I do? Did you notice I was talking really fast? I got my testosterone level went shot through the roof.
Well, through the internet, and I have you on the big screen. You were both red in the face a little, but that shows you had a lot of passionate and concern that it should come out correctly.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Did you like my new banner behind me?
Yes, I got to see the banner a couple of weeks ago, and it looks fabulous.
Huh?
And what do you have for us today on the GF Joe Radio Show?
Well, Ron and I are trying to clean out the refrigerator we're going on vacation on a 10-day cruise, so it's what you
Nice.
call leftovers, and throw it all in your mouth and eat what's ever left in the house.
Are you going to pack like another luggage of gluten-free stuff and maybe carry your pole vault poles too?
No, I get to carry all my shoes and my purses, which I always have to cut down, because when Ron comes and checks everything I'm packing, he goes, Amber, you have too many shoes.
That's funny.
Who has a lot of shoes? What was that? Imelda Marcos? What was that her?
Oh,
Was that
yeah,
lady?
yeah,
That lady?
Yes, that's right. Yes, it was her, but I will never have thousands and thousands. I only have 80.
Holy
80.
smoke.
Okay. All right.
Let's cash them in.
So you can go through like 3 months and not have the same pair on twice.
Well, they go with certain outfits. But no, I just wanted to share that you guys did a great job, and I'm very proud of all of you there.
Thank you.
And the food is wonderful that she gets to experience similar situations, and that there's many people out there in the world, and for her to start off on your show is a great thing.
Can you
Yes.
believe that, Amory? First live on the air show, she talked about it. I'm stumbling my words. I'm excited. I'm the first
I know
show.
you are.
That's
I know
all
you are.
I'm saying. I'm the first show, so I was really excited. It's like, wow.
Right.
It's her first live appearance about
Right.
celiac, about
Celiac,
gluten-free
exactly.
life, and amazing.
And I'm gonna send her agent a little care thank you package, and he'll forward it to her. I don't need
Right.
to know. I don't need to know where she lives.
Okay. Well, she mentioned it.
I will send her
Area.
some biscotti. I don't know if I could do cupcakes. Maybe if I do, it would be with the dry ice.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes, that stuff is good for usually 2 to 3 days shipping, but you want to, get it there as express mail as quickly as possible.
Okay.
But alrighty, I just wanted to give a quick call in and share with everybody out there in the world that
Thank you.
gluten-free is not just for me, it's for everybody.
Hey.
And what channel are you listening to?
I love your HomeLifeRadioshow.com and from the Entertainment Global Media people, care of Nolan.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
yes, thank you,
On the
Nolan.
GF Joe Radio Show.
All right, take care.
All right, bye,
Thanks.
Emery.
Bye.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we've
man.
had Emery, we've had Charlie,
and
and
this
Jen Sir, and Dominic. Quite a. This show is so much fun.
This
It's
is one
quite
of,
a.
this is I'm trying to think here. Is this one of my favorite shows? Of course it is. This is the best show. Unless
No, this show's no fun. We don't.
Yeah,
no,
no,
there's no
yeah,
fun
yeah.
allowed. We can't.
that was great,
Funny.
man.
No jokes. No
Nah,
gluten.
yeah.
No fun. No gluten. Nothing.
So this is what I won. You were at the you missed my party where I was welcomed on stage. And
I'm sorry.
and
I
got
missed
this-
the
my
Academy
award-winning-
Awards of Radio.
Yes, it's called the Nolan. So I got the Nolan Award, and
I think it looks good on me. I need one of these next year.
so.
That's cool.
You
Very
are
cool.
listening on yourhomeliferadio.com. This is the GF Joe radio show. We're all gluten-free all the time, talking about being celiac and gluten-free and healthful diets and sports, anything related to being gluten-free and how does it affect your life. And that's one of the reasons why I think Nolan and I came up with that, yourhomeliferadio.com. If it starts in your home life, everything else should in your life will be successful. Anything starting at your home. If your home is good, in order, the rest of the world
That's
is
right.
in order.
Success at home
Yes.
precedes all other success. I heard a wise man once say that.
Wise man. My computer just died on me, but that's okay. Hey, I believe we're going to take a break soon.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. yourhomeliferadio.com.
Right.
Kind of love that won't fade no time soon. Mama got it all paid, this is true. And you always did it on your own. And because of you I have grown. Because of you I play. Thank you for every day. I just want to say, and for the month of May, you never let me down. I was always your clown. that I know. The weight must have been a ton, but we always had fun. Proud to be your son, hope you know. Because of you I play. Thank you for every day. I just want to say, and for the month of May.
Welcome back to the GF Joe Radio Show on yourhomeliferadio.com. I am GF Joe. That was Derek Reese. The song was Mama Reese, and you can find Derek Reese on derekreese.com. Thank you, Derek. Oh, what an exciting day today we had. Daryl, my co-host.
Absolutely, yes. Great music on the breaks, great guests, a diverse assortment of guests.
Brothers and sisters calling in.
Cracking wise jokes.
How can we get your sister to call in?
My sister Laurie, who I love dearly, she's also very health-minded, health-conscious, great mother, great wife in Ohio. Oh, I said where she lives.
Oh.
But yeah, she might be able to call in.
Terrific.
If you're listening, Laurie, call in, please.
Now I'm looking for the next guest for next week, and you have somebody in mind?
Yes, I do. Now that our intrepid, awesome Nolan has given us lots of ideas.
He's the producer.
He mentioned that physicians, doctors might be appropriate, and I happen to know one that is very like a preventative doctor, not a.
I like that.
She's about lifestyle illness prevention versus fixing you once you're already sick because you've been eating junk food for 30 years.
Exactly. it's the key thing. I agree with her, and it's prevention. You know.
So I'll mention that to her and see if she can come on. Yeah.
I would love to have her on in person. That would be great.
Oh yeah, yes, that might be an option too.
In the studio guest she would be my second in studio guest.
Okay.
Other than third. Ethan was my second.
All right.
Hey, can you read my disclaimer? I have to do this disclaimer. So Daryl Kraft on the GF Joe Radio Show, it has a little disclaimer for all you listeners out there.
Okay, I've been wanting to write a song about this. Here we go. The content of the GF Joe Radio Show and Entertainment Global Media, owned and operated by Your Home Life Radio, is intended for general information purposes only. It is not designed to provide listeners with specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. The programs are not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individuals with health problems should always consult their healthcare provider for professional medical advice, medications, or treatments. The views and opinions expressed by show Show hosts or their guests, producers, writers, or editors are their own and shall not be construed in any way as advice from the GF Joe Radio Show. We encourage you to seek professional advice or care for any problem with which you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Disclaimer Reader. I got to shorten that. Oh, yeah, we got to shorten that.
That's a mouthful.
Oh, man. The GF Joe Radio Show on yourhomeliferadio.com. By the way, you can call in. I forgot to announce the phone number, 727-597-4022. And you can call in to talk to GF Joe and Daryl Kraft. We have about 3 or 4 minutes left. Every 5 seconds, that timer changes.
That's high-tech timer we got there.
Phone number again, 727-597-4022.
Awesome.
I'm going to tell you a little, since I got 2 minutes, how did I find out about Jen? Sure, Daryl? Tell me. And who's responsible for that one?
That would be God.
That is awesome. But I believe you brought it to my attention. Daryl Kraft, thank you. Daryl Kraft tell me the story. What happened? Tell me, how'd you find out? I didn't know that this pole vaulting recent Olympic champion was celiac, but.
Well, I say that, and I do believe, things happen for a reason. But I just am an Olympian, like I mentioned, Olympics nut, track and field nut. So watching the competitions, and then I read about her the next day after she won the gold. I read an article about her, and it mentioned celiac disease, gluten-free. I was like, what? So I immediately texted Joe.
Yeah.
And by Joe's, now see, I wouldn't have thought this. Joe had the boldness and courage to try to get her. Why not? And it worked.
Yeah, Daryl. Yeah, after Daryl texted me, I did a little research, and then I found her on Facebook. And then most of these celebrities, their Facebook is not really used by them. They have like assistants who respond and stuff. But actually, Jen, in my case, she responded. It was her. And, well, it could be. I don't know. But she said, hey, contact my agent. And I worked in the film biz. When they say that means contact their agent. That means that's them talking to you. Otherwise, people will not reveal that will say, contact my agent. They'll just continue to talk to you, and you assume it's them.
Okay.
But Jen responded twice nicely, and then I contacted her agent. I gave him a quick spiel on my email, and then I called him, and we went back and forth for about a week. Hey, are you available this day to talk, or this minute, or this day? I'm like, no. We finally got it. I got him on a Wednesday, and we talked, and I had about 2 minutes to do my spiel because I was going in to do my physical therapy. I gave my 2-minute elevator pitch, and then he bought it, and it was a great match, he said, and I love that because I identified with Jen, and we had a great format to talk about her celiac and get her some exposure, even though it's an internet radio, and this is her first time talking about her celiac disorder. It will help her to talk about it in the future shows that she does live on the air, in studio, on TV, and other things. So
absolutely,
that's how we got Jen.
Great story,
Jen, and thank you very much for being open and your agent there.
Yes, again, thank you, Jen. Great.
That's all I can say.
Quite a thrill. Very, very thrilling.
And we'll send her some products from the gluten-free Joe Bakery, gfjoe.com. And
we're getting the countdown here.
And then we hope to listen in every week on Tuesdays from 5:30 to 6:30 on yourhomeliferadio.com, and you listen into the Gluten Free Show, which is done by the GF Joe and maybe sometimes Daryl Kraft on yourhomeliferadio.com is where we're at. The GF Joe radio show.
Please tune in weekly, everybody. Come and see us every week.
We're out.
Bye.
Yeah. And once again, thank you for listening to the GF Joe Radio Show, only on yourhomeliferadio.com.